Okay, we have little Gemma here. She's also just around 11 weeks old. She comes all the way from Indiana. She is a little Labradoodle puppy and she has the absolute cutest markings. She's got a wonderful, sweet personality as well. She's super food motivated and you can tell that by how quickly she eats the food, right? You can see how she just loves to be on my hand and eat. And so my job here when I'm working with her is really just to evaluate and see the minutia and pivot on the fly. What is she telling me? What is she showing me? And how can I help her understand what I ultimately want her to do, because she doesn't know. That's what's really, really important. She really doesn't know what I want. So I ask her things that I think she should know at this point, which is sit. She knows sit very well. And she knows down as well. She knows down even from a stand, which is great. That's a little bit more of a difficult behavior, right? It's easier to do a down from a sit than it is from a stand, so that's awesome. Right there, I ask her for a sit, and you can see her right paw. She lifts it up, and you can tell she's starting to crouch down into that down. I truly want sit to be a sit and down to be a down. Just rewarding for being in that sit position. We have an impromptu surprise kind of walk in on our training session, which again, you kind of have to pivot on the fly, right? There's always things happening around you and whatnot, and you just have to make it work. I don't even look over my shoulder. I can see the intensity of her eyes and look at her left ear. If you see them stop and do this stare where they're like, what is that? That's where we need to go in and go, yay, good puppy. I'm shoving the food right in her face to get her to reconnect. Will I have to do that forever? No. Does she need that in this moment? Absolutely. If I don't, she will stare at it and again, make her own assumption of whatever she feels like that noise means to her. Now, I got her reconnected. She came off of that beautifully. She kind of looks over my hand. What's that figure walking in the distance? Now remember, puppies, their vision is still coming together. They can't see stuff from very far away. So if you bring it home an 8-week-old puppy and you're like, why can't they see me? I just walked away 4 feet. They literally can't. You're just a blur. So I'm giving treat after treat after treat. And this is why it's so important not to feed your puppy from a bowl and really to use her food through the training session, because you can see how quickly I'm going through it here. And I want this to be a fun, positive experience. And if I was to use this many treats, it wouldn't be as good. Let's take a quick stop right there. She is picking up her paw and she's looking off into the distance. And I see that and I bend down to go, hey puppy, come over here. And then as she's eating, I walk away. Hey, come follow me. Hey, now we're gonna do something a little bit quicker. We're gonna keep moving around. You're gonna eat food off the ground. Isn't it so fun to sniff and get stuff? Isn't it fun to recall to me, right? So I'm giving her more active things to do to keep her brain going. Not so much as a distraction, but more as I have to be more interesting than what's out there. So I'm not making myself more animated, but I am moving around a little bit more, and I, again, am offering more food. And I'm not going to be asking at this point for any hard behaviors because she's unsure. And she's got those wheels turning in the background that I know that she's not fully connected with me. She's acting like it, but I know she's not because I see that in 3 or 4 different instances here where she looks off into the distance. Right there again, she's looking away, right? So I'm working on the stay towards the end of the session where she's getting a little bit physically tired as well because I did a few recalls. We sat on the ground, we did some downs, we did some puppy push-ups and things. Each time she disconnects is a reminder to me that I am still making it too hard for her to choose me over whatever is happening in the moment. You see her here look off again. And I'm like, ew. I don't like this, right? So as she reconnects for that half a second, I give her food. I'm gonna start working on stay. You see I use that little ballerina foot when she walks toward me. And now I'm just gonna do a little bit of a foot shuffle, like a little salsa here. And I am trying to teach her that when my feet move, even though I'm not physically going any further away, but when my feet move, see I'm breaking it down into a very small piece for her. When my feet move, when you're in a sit, I want you to say sitting when I say stay. Here she gets up and I let her pause and think for half a second about, well, what just happened here? Versus try again, try again, try again. And then we end it to keep it short, sweet, and happy.